let go of expectations, of complications, of stressful thoughts, and of anxious moments. Close your eyes and breathe. Maybe placing a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest, beginning to bring your attention to your breath as it circles through your torso as we begin to warm up for class. Begin to engage your Ujjayi breath, which is a breath in and out through your nose with a slight constriction in the back of your throat. It sounds a little bit like ocean waves coming in and out of shore. It balances out your inhales and your exhales and gets you ready to move. So big breath in and out. One more big breath in and out. From here, place your hands in front of you and come back into a child's pose. So you might want to fold through table position, bringing your big toes to touch, letting your knees fall wide and your pelvis bones come down towards your heels. Once here, with a straight back, sort of fold over, letting your belly come down towards the mat, maybe walking your hands and forearms out towards the ground as well. Perhaps you can fold forward where your forehead comes to the mat as well. And again, just breathe. Preparing our bodies to move and stretch, to get our heart rate up. Begin to consider what you'd like to gain out of your class tonight. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. And pull your weight over the palms of your hands. Curl your toes and come to your first downward facing dog of the day. Taking a moment or two to wake up your body. If you ladies are working from home, you might be doing more desk sitting than you're used to. So take a moment to let it all go. Bend your ankles and your knees, maybe swaying your hips side to side, waking up that side body. Feeling it all the way through your shoulder blades and armpits, letting your head hang heavy. And then pulling your weight over your elbows and wrists, waking those up as well. Reminding them that they're about to work for you. And when you're ready, come to stillness in that downward facing dog. Before we begin to move, I'd like you to find your Uddiyana Bandha, those core muscles that run throughout your entire torso, from your groin all the way up through underneath your rib cage, the muscles that keep us upright. When you bring your navel in towards your spine and engage that Uddiyana Bandha, you make space to move throughout our practice. So take a deep breath in and out. And let your gaze come forward. Bend your knees and walk your feet up towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Let it all go. Bring your chin towards your shins. Nice job. Inhale, find your feet on the ground. And inhale all the way up to standing. Reaching your arms high for the ceiling. Maybe even stretching them out. One arm at a time, waking up that side body just a little bit more. And when you're ready, bring both arms up as high as you can, but then pull your shoulders down and away from your ears. This is something I have to remind myself of constantly. I tend to carry all of my pressure and tension way up there. So our fingertips are active, our shoulders are away. Take another inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center for standing mountain pose. Press your palms of your hands together to open up your collarbones. And take a moment to just find your breath, to find your center, and to get ready to move. Take a deep breath in and out. And here we go. Inhale, lift up, arms high. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins here for just a moment. And I want you to really suck your navel in towards your spine and imagine your back getting as long as possible, pushing your booty out far behind you and the crown of your head forward. Your neck is an extension of your spine. Your core is engaged and you're feeling longer even though you're at a 90-degree angle. Take another inhale here. And on your exhale, bring your hands to the mat and slowly walk your feet out behind you for high plank. Once you're here, as we go through our first vinyasa, feel free to bring your knees down towards the mat for at least the first few. And turn your elbows around so your crease is facing the front of the room, keeping your elbows in tight towards your ribs as you lower down on your exhale for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, whether your legs are resting on the mat or lifted up. Focusing on that mini back bend, pressing out of your arms and opening up those collarbones. Inhale here. Exhale, curl your toes, downward facing dog. And breathe. Come back to that ujjayi nose breathing here. Another big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Bend your knees, gaze forward, and walk your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, come back to that halfway lift. Spine straight, glutes pushing outward, neck nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up to standing, reaching high. Exhale, hands to heart center. How we doing, ladies? Is the pacing okay? Looks good? Wonderful. Let's go through that one more time, a sun salutation A. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Feel it in your core and side body. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that straight spine. Exhale, hands to the mat for high plank. Take an inhale here and make sure your whole body is awake and engaged. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Take another big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Walk your feet up to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold, let it go. And inhale, root to rise all the way up. Beautiful. Let's do a sun salutation B to really get moving. Exhale, bow and fold. Let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat for high plank, bringing your legs behind you. Inhale. Exhale, lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, three-legged dog on the right. So bring your right leg up, keeping your hips parallel and closed. Bring your right leg up about 2 or 3 feet up off the mat. Your toes flexed and pointing towards the floor. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, curl that right leg forward, gently placing your right foot between your hands. Good job. And lifting up into warrior one. Exhale, sinks you in. Beautiful. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down, frame your foot, and vinyasa through, or meet me in downward facing dog. It's completely up to you. This is your practice. If you're going through the vinyasa, exhale lowers you down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale your left leg up for three-legged dog on the left. Again, toes pointed down, core is engaged. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, using your muscles, not momentum. Bring your left foot between your hands, lifting up for warrior one. Exhale, sinking in. Nice job. Your hips are pointing forward. You have a nice deep bend in your left leg. Shoulders away from your ears, but your fingertips are active. That looks nice, Lori. Good. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. Exhale, lowers. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe for 2. Inhale. Exhale, point that pelvis, that tailbone up towards the sky. Bend your knees a little bit and then maybe bring your heels closer down towards the mat. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Bend your legs and bring your feet to hands. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift, find that straight spine. When you bring that Uddiyana Bandha in, when your core is engaged, you should feel a little hollowness in your pelvis here. Inhale in your half lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. And then inhale up into chair pose, our first one of the day. Our weight is in our heels. Our booty is pushing down towards the mat. Core is engaged, shoulders away from our ears. But our fingertips are active. Take another big breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment. Our heart rate is coming up just a little bit. It's harder to move with our breath through these vinyasa sequences, so it's something to be mindful of. As we go through one more sun salutation B. Inhale, lift up. Stretching up, core is engaged. Exhale, bow and fold. Pushing that booty out behind you, stretching out the backs of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, back to chair pose. So again, the weight is in your heels as you lift up and then sit back. Take a deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Again. Exhale, hands to the mat for high plank. Take an inhale here. Really feel your core, your shoulder blades are working, your legs are active, glutes are clenched. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, elbows close to ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Three-legged dog on the right. This time bring your right leg up a little bit higher. And when you're here, bend your knee, bring your heel towards your glute, and open up those hips towards the right. Bend, stack, and open up. And breathe. One more big breath in and out. Inhale, using your muscles, coming through for warrior one. Right foot between your hands. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, sinks you in just a little bit deeper. Nice job. Inhale, open up to warrior two. So adjust the alignment of your feet. Your back foot is now at 90 degrees instead of 45, but you still have that deep bend in your right thigh. Hips are open up towards the left. Shoulder blades pinching behind you. Strong and still arms with a soft gaze over your right middle finger. And breathe. Inhale, turn your right wrist over, lean forward, and come back to reverse your warrior. Feeling that stretch all along your right side body. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up through center in warrior two, and then exhale for extended side angle. Right elbow to the inner edge of your right thigh, pushing out and opening up with your left side body. And breathe. Inhale brings you back up to warrior two. Exhale sinks you in. Your right leg is on fire. Exhale, cartwheel your hands. Vinyasa through or meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward. Exhale, here we are in downward. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left, bringing your leg up a little bit higher so you can bend, stack, and open up those hips, opening up to the left. Your gaze comes under your left armpit, but your weight is still evenly distributed through both palms. Inhale, bring that knee in tight through the chest, slowly placing it down between your hands for warrior one. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, sinks you in. Take a moment and make sure you still have weight on the outer edge of your back foot. It's really important to keep your bottom half of your body stable. Your hips are square. Inhale and out. Inhale, open up to warrior two. Again, adjusting your alignment, finding that deep bend in your left. Torso upright, shoulders back and down. Gaze over your left middle finger. And relax your face. This is supposed to be fun. Inhale, reversed warrior. So bringing your left palm up and over, stretching out that left side body, keeping the deep bend in your left leg. Inhale, come back through warrior two at center. Exhale, extended side angle, pressing your left elbow into your left inner thigh. Reaching up and opening up with your right side body. Inhale, come on back to warrior two. Exhale, sink in. Take one breath here and out. Bring your hands down to frame your foot. Come on back for high plank to vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe for three. Come back to your breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it all out. Then come back to your ujjayi. Back in through your nose and out. Bringing your gaze forward, feet forward towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Strong feet, strong arms, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And breathe. Beautiful. Ladies, find a really strong right foot on the mat so we can slowly and safely bring our left leg up behind us and then bring it back to find crescent lunge. So touch your left toes back down on the mat, and your crescent lunge can stay up and active like this. It can be super challenging and low like this, or your left knee and the top of your foot can come to the mat. Whatever feels good. The goal is to be working out those hips. Your core is engaged, your back is long, and your arms are active. So take a moment to find the crescent lunge that you're looking for today. And on your inhale, lift and lengthen just a little bit, making space. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, pressing your palms together, feeling those collarbones widening and opening up. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, twist it out. Bring your left elbow to the outer edge of your right thigh, keeping your crescent, your legs strong, pressing your palms to give yourself a spinal twist, opening up towards the right. If it's part of your practice or you're feeling it, you can open your hands to fly. Take another breath in. Exhale, deepest twist. Inhale with balance and control. Come back through to center. Exhale, frame your foot. Kick on back to high plank. Inhale. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. On your inhale now, shift your weight forward and bring your left foot forward. We have to do crescent on the other side. So place your left foot a little closer to your left wrist than usual. You want your hips to have a wider stance here than they do in Warrior One. And again, your knee can come down or your right leg can stay active. But on your inhale, lift up to your crescent, whatever you're feeling at the moment. Does not have to be the same as it was on the other side. Imagine there's a puppet string coming out of the crown of your head to elongate your spine and neck. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart center, pressing those palms together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist it out. Right elbow to left thigh, pressing your hands together to give you that spinal twist. Come back to your breath. It's not easy when you're twisted up, working out those internal organs. Inhale slowly and safely. Come back through to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat, high plank. Whoo, take a moment in high plank. Inhale. Exhale, vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Come back to your breath. We have one more little spinal twist sequence here. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Sigh it out. And walk, step, float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chin to shin, let it go. Inhale up into chair pose. Shift your weight back to your heels. Maybe you can lift your 10 toes up. Your big toes can touch, or they can be as wide as hips width apart if that feels better for your low back. Chair pose, arms nice and high and active. Exhale, hands to heart center. These twists are just like the crescents. Inhale, lift and make space. Exhale, twist it out. Left elbow to right thigh. Pressing your palms to twist and open. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, come back through to center. This is always the hardest part. Exhale, fold, let it go. You're more than welcome to take ragdoll here, where you grab opposite elbows, let your chest rest on your thighs as you fold forward. Or you can take your peace fingers around the outer edges of your big toes and fold in that way. But take a moment to fold in. Bend your knees. Let your chest rest. And let your head be a natural traction for lengthening out your spine. And breathe. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Release your bind. So release your elbows or your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to that chair pose. We must twist on the other side. So your booty is nice and low. Your toes might be lifted. Your weight is shifting back in your heels. Core is engaged. Neck is long. Shoulders away from your ears. Reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pressing and opening those collarbones. Exhale, twist it out. Right elbow to left thigh. Pressing and twisting as you breathe. Inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Shake your legs out. They're likely on fire. No matter how many years I do this. Whew. Again, find ragdoll or yogi toe hold around your big toes. Or perhaps you can find gorilla, where the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet meet on the mat and your toes come up to your wrist crease. Let your elbows flay wide and your head hang heavy. Take another big breath here. Exhale. Let it go. Release your bind. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift. Take a moment. Push that booty out. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Your core is engaged. Your back is long. Take a moment here. One more big breath in. Exhale, fold. Let it go. And then inhale, come on up to standing. Reaching up for the sky. Exhaling your hands to heart center. Beautiful. For balancing postures tonight, we're going to start with a solid left leg. Nice and tall and solid on the mat. With your left hand on your hip, bring up your right leg, grabbing either just under your knee, or maybe if you're looking for the extra challenge tonight, grabbing your right big toes. Engage your Uddiyana Bandha. Your core is engaged. You're nice and tall. Inhale. If you're looking for more balance, if this is not challenging enough for you at this very moment, maybe you open up towards the right. Hand still on your knee or at your big toe. If you're looking for more, maybe your left arm opens up and your gaze opens to the left. So your hips are open. Inhale, bring everything back through center, keeping your right leg raised. With your hands on your hips, we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl that knee in nice and tight, and then float it behind you for warrior 3. So we're still balancing on our left leg. If you fall out, give yourself a giggle, give yourself some grace, and try it again. Goodness knows I've been drinking more coffee than usual. My balance is a little bit wobbly. Your hands can stay on your hips. Maybe they come to prayer position. Maybe they're long by your sides for airplane pose. Maybe if you're really feeling the challenge, they're out long in front of you. Take one more big breath in and out. And on your inhale, come back to upright. Let your right toes graze the mat if you wish to find tree. Bringing your right heel towards ankle, shin, or maybe inner thigh. Just please don't place it on the knee. You're going to hurt yourself if you do that. So find whatever balance works for you. Take a moment to find some stillness. One more big breath in. Exhale, slowly come on out and shake your legs out. Nice job, girls. Beautiful. So for the other side, we're going to bring our right foot to find some strength to root it down into the mat. For standing, one-legged raise. So lifting up your left leg, again, holding your leg up underneath your left knee, or perhaps your big toe. I'll demonstrate the other option this way, right? And then maybe if you're looking for more, you don't have to. This could be it. This is hard enough. Maybe you open your legs out towards the left and your gaze out towards the right. Focusing on your drishti, an unmovable spot for you to focus on to find balance. Inhale, bring everything back towards center, keeping your left leg raised to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folding in and coming over to warrior 3. Sometimes I like to keep my hands at prayer center here because it acts almost like a table brace. It's easier for me to picture a straight spine and to lift up that left leg just a little bit more. One more breath in and out. Slowly come back to standing. And when you're ready, find your tree on the left. And breathe. Take a moment for yourself. Don't be critical, don't judge. It's just yoga. One more big breath in. Exhale, slowly come out and shake it out. Nice job. Woo, we're almost there. Everybody all right? Everyone still with me? Yeah. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up, pressing up towards the sky. Taking a moment again with that side body, reaching up right and left. Nice job. Inhale all the way up, both hands to stillness. Exhale, bow and fold, hinging at those hips. Exhale, letting it go at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really getting into the flow here. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe for 1. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right leg up. Bend, stack, open up those hips. We've been here before. Inhale, right leg through, using your core muscles. Feel them doing the work to bring you forward for warrior 1. Inhale brings you up. Exhale settles you in. Inhale, open up to warrior 2. Exhale settles you in. Nice deep bend in your right with a mostly straight left leg. Strong and still arms. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Bringing your right arm up and over your head, feeling the stretch in your right side, keeping that deep bend in your right leg. Inhale comes back up through center. Exhale back to extended side angle, pressing your right elbow and lifting up with your left. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Now, straighten your right leg most of the way. Don't lock it out because that's dangerous. Keep a micro bend here. And then with a straight torso, lean forward as far as you can. And then come down into your triangle pose. Imagine yourself pressed between two planes of glass. You're trying to open up your torso here, just like an extended side angle, but your front leg is straight. Try not to collapse. It's not about reaching the floor. It's about keeping it straight spine and opening up, taking up space from fingertip to fingertip. Inhale, slowly come up and turn all 10 toes towards the left for standing wide-legged fold. I prefer to turn my toes inward just a little bit and let my heels come out. It seems like it gives my hips a little extra mobility. So take your hands and put them on those hip bones. Open up your collarbones, pinch your shoulder blades, but keep your hands on those hips for that straight spine. Because as we fold, we're not rounding, we're gonna hinge. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward, pushing your booty out behind you with that straight spine as long and as far as you can. And when you're ready, then bring your hands to the mat, elbows pushing out behind you, and let your head hang heavy. While in this posture, try to imagine inhales lengthening you, even just a millimeter or two, and exhales deepening you just a little bit farther in that stretch. Inhale lengthens, exhale deepens. One more inhale. Exhale, deepest fold. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands out just past the long edge of your mat to come back to that straight spine. Then hands come to hips, and then you can slowly come back up to an upright position. Turn all 10 toes back towards the front of the mat, letting your left leg come up only about halfway. And then seesaw just a moment to make sure you have a nice wide stance so your hips can point perfectly forward. Your left foot is just a little bit opened up, right? So your feet aren't perfectly parallel. You need to have a little bit of wiggle room, but your hips are forward. Your hands can stay on those hips. Maybe they come to prayer. Maybe you can clasp them behind you. But on your inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, again, hinge forward with that straight spine for pyramid over your right front leg. Releasing your hands and head when you're ready. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, deepest fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands out for high plank and then let your feet come out behind you so you can vinyasa through. Or meet me in downward facing dog, whatever feels best. Core is engaged, back is long, glutes are ready to go, right? Shoulder blades wrapping around, neck is long. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in tight towards your ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. We have to do that on the other side. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left, nice and high. Bend, stack, open up those hips. This always feels so good. Nice job. Inhale, using your muscles, not momentum. Find warrior one. Left foot forward. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, sinks you in. Finding that flow. Inhale, open up to warrior two. Exhale, find that deep bend in your left. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm up and over, stretching out your left side. Beautiful. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, extended side angle, left elbow to left thigh. Up and out and opening with your right. Inhale, come on back up, turning all 10 toes towards the right for our standing wide-legged fold. So on this side, you have a couple options, folks. You can stay in that center fold like we did on the other side, which is great. If you want more spinal twist, I recommend keeping a straight spine, and with one palm in the center of the mat at a time, you can sort of open up and get those spinal twists from side to side, right? If you're looking for more hip opening, track star is nice, where you can come down, bringing your pelvis down towards your right ankle, and then walking up and over to go from side to side. If you're really looking for the challenge, you can try to do it with your hands at heart center. Right? So find whatever works for you. It's going to be different from class to class, whether you need stillness or twists or hips. Either way, move with your breath. On your next inhale, walk your hands out just towards the length of your mat here for a straight spine. Hands to hips, and then slowly come up to make sure you don't get dizzy. Turn all 10 toes towards the front of your mat, letting your right leg only come up about halfway. Finding that nice wide stance so your hips can stay square. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold over for pyramid pose. Imagine pushing your left hip backwards and your right hip forwards. If you keep imagining that, it helps you keep your hips square. And let your head hang heavy. One more big breath in. Exhale, deepest stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to the mat. Bring your legs back, but instead of vinyasing, come on down to hands and knees for cat and cow. So shimmy your hands so your wrists are stacked underneath your elbows, underneath your shoulders, and your knees are underneath your hips. And again, find your center. Find some grounding here. We're finally getting closer to the mat, which means we're getting closer to rest, right? It's gonna feel so good. So we have this really nice table, and now strengthen it up a little bit. Bring that navel in towards your spine. Feel what that does, right? Strengthen out your shoulders just a little bit. Push with your palms on the mat for this nice, strong table. And from here, bring your left arm out long in front of you, and your your right arm out far in front of you, and your left leg for a counter table balance here. Again, using your core. One more big breath in. On your exhale, bring your left knee down, but keep your right arm elevated. Again, lift and lengthen on your inhale. On your exhale, bring your right arm out far to the right. Core is engaged, still. Take another deep breath in. And now on your exhale, bring your arm underneath your left. It's called threading the needle. So the top of your hand is on the mat, and come all the way down so your right shoulder is on the mat as well. Feel free to move your left hand and left arm to sort of make that space. You should feel a nice stretch behind your right shoulder blade. If this feels good, if this feels easy, and you're looking for more, you can bring your left leg up and out again for a balance posture and to feel your core re-engage. If you're looking to give yourself a giggle, try to lift your left hand up off the mat, leaving your right shoulder and your right forehead to do the balancing for you. Whoo! And when you fall out, you laugh and you let it go. Beautiful. Come back through the table and rest. Now for the other side. Engage your core. You're in a strong table. Left arm straight ahead of you. Right leg straight out behind you. Reaching out, stretching out, core is engaged. Exhale, bring your right knee back down and your left arm out wide. Take an inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, left under right. Top of your hand to the ground and left shoulder to the ground. Feeling that stretch behind your left shoulder blade. Feels so good. Again, if you're looking for more balance or looking for a good giggle, go ahead and take those extra steps. Bringing your right arm up and your right arm, leg up. I'm getting all confused. One more breath. Inhale, come on back to table. Nice job. All right, for our mini back bends tonight, we're going to do a couple of cows and cats. So on our inhale, we lift our head and drop our belly for cow. Exhale, drop your head and arch your back, for cat. Moving with your breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more times with your breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale back for cat. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through to neutral spine, and then come back into child's pose again. Knees wide, big toes to touch. Sitting your pelvis down towards your heels, and then folding forward. Letting this posture be as active or as restful as you want it to be. If you want to engage your core, if you want to press your arms out and keep everything super engaged, go for it. If you want to let it all go, let it all go. But breathe. Come back to that breath. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Pull your weight up over your palms and come to a seated position. This is sort of awkward, but come through, crisscross applesauce. Place your soles of your feet on the mat, your knees bent ahead of you. For a real quick ab sequence before we start moving towards rest. So from the seated posture, we're going to come up into boat. You can keep your hands on the mat. You can use only one foot at a time. You can come all the way up, keep your knees bent, or maybe you're super awesome and advanced and you can straighten out your legs. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to start in high boat. So whatever boat looks like for you. Maybe even your hands come behind your knees. This isn't a bad way to start. But your core is engaged. Your back is long. You're sitting on your sits bones here. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down to hover, working your core. Inhale, come on back to high boat. 3 more of these. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high boat. Last one, exhale, lower. Inhale, high boat. Beautiful. Take a moment, hold on to behind your knees. When you feel stable, clasp your wrists, clasp your palms, because we're going to row for 10. 10, side to side. 9, as slow as possible. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. Exhale, low boat, hover. Exhale, rest. Lay on down. Let it go. You might be feeling that in your hip flexors. You can find Supta Baddha Konasana here. Bring your soles of the feet together. Let your knees open wide. Let your spine sink into the mat. Nice job. Take another breath here. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, find happy baby. So bring your elbows to the insides of your knees and your hands to the outside edges of your feet. And again, this can be as fun and playful and restful as you want, sort of swaying back and forth, giving your spine and back a little massage. If you're looking for more stretch, try pressing, using your hands, pressing with your feet down towards the mat to really feel it in your hips one more time. Happy baby, maybe both. Maybe you're pressing and rocking all at the same time. Beautiful. Begin to rock forwards and backwards. So pull your hands, your elbows to the outside edges of your knees and rock forwards and backwards, north to south. Gaining enough momentum to come back into high plank. Meet me there. In that high plank based on whatever it is you need to do to get out of that happy baby rocking situation. From that high plank, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Push back into downward facing dog. One of the last downward dogs of the night. So bend your knees for a moment. Press your tailbone up towards the sky. And then straighten your legs, bringing your heels a little closer to the mat. Really feel the full expression of downward facing dog. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your right leg up. One more, bend, stack, and open. Working those hips, opening them up, stretching them out. And then on your inhale, come back through. You're not going to warrior one here. Your knee is tightened towards your chest. Exhale, hover it down towards your right wrist. Hover, 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 and then slowly place your right knee and right foot down as we get ready to move into half pigeons. Your left leg is long out behind you. Please take a moment and make sure your ankle is not sickled. You want this leg as long as possible, as straight as possible. Your hips are forward. It doesn't matter if your right foot is way up. I can't even demonstrate it, right? My body won't allow me to do that. It's okay for your right foot to be anywhere from perfectly at the 90 degree all the way back closer to your groin. The key is to keep your hips forward. If you have a block and you want to put it underneath your right glute there to help keep your hips straight, that's completely fine. It's a great idea. Inhale, lift and lengthen with a straight spine. Exhale, fold forward for your half pigeon. Whatever that means. Maybe you continue to visualize how the inhales lengthen you and those exhales deepen you. Pigeon pose is often one of those fight or flight yoga poses, right? The teacher calls it and you get into it and you're either going to battle through it or you're going to want to run away. But it's important to allow yourself instead to breathe through it, to recognize that it's temporary. And if you surrender to it, you can alleviate some of that discomfort. So just breathe. Sort of a metaphor for life. Breathe through it. Surrender to the chaos, to the discomfort. Because it's only temporary. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back so you can lift your torso up nice and long. Take a deep breath in here. Remove the block if it was there to help you, and come back into downward facing dog. Taking a moment to shake it out. You're going to feel pretty unbalanced here, a little bit wonky. We just worked our right side way more significantly than we did our left. So when you're done shaking it out, again, come high up on your toes, pressing your pelvis towards the sky, then straightening your legs and bringing your heels. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left. Bend, stack, open up those hips. So your heel is towards your booty, opening up those hips towards the left. Inhale, bring that left knee in tight through your chest. Shift your weight forward. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hover your left knee down by your wrist. Hover, hover, use your core. And place your left knee and foot down for half pigeon on the other side. Lengthening out your right leg. Checking on your ankle, making sure it's nice and straight. Moving your block to the left if you're using one. Nice. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Find your pigeon. And breathe. Find a moment's peace here. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, slowly come back up. Beautiful. Remove your block if you're using it and come back into downward facing dog. Shaking it out. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. And on your inhale, walk your feet up and find a seated posture. Legs out long in front of you. Nice. While you're here, you might want to move the fleshy parts of your thighs out of the way so you can really feel your sits bones on the mat. Your legs are nice and long, feet flexed, toes towards you. With a nice long back and a tight torso, lift your arms up nice and high. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward just a little bit. Again, inhale, lengthens. Exhale, fold a little more. Pressing forward with a long back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, deepest fold. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that navel in. Can you go a little farther? Inhale, last one. Exhale, deepest fold. Inhale, slowly come up. Nice job. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Scoot your booty up just a little bit so you have a little bit of room. And then on your exhale, slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, bringing your back to the mat. Engaging your core as much as you can. Nice job. So our inversion tonight, in order to get our blood flowing the opposite direction, if you're a handstander or a headstander or a forearm stander or a tripod stander, you're more than welcome to do any of those things. If you have a block, you're more than welcome to put the block underneath your sacrum. But at the very least, press your spine into the mat and lift your legs up, forming an L shape. This is a restorative posture. We're done with the hard work. Sink in. Let your spine rest on the mat. Let your legs float up to the sky. I'm not even asking you to engage your core. Just let it be. And take a few breaths. Take another deep breath in and out. Now from here, for a supine twist, what I'd like you to do, you're more than welcome to cross your legs at your knees, or you can keep them just sort of next to each other. But bring your legs down towards the left for one more little back twist here. Your legs can be tucked in nice and high towards your chest, or you can keep them out nice and long. Maybe your right leg comes over your left. Maybe your left hand acts as weight and leverage. But your right arm is going to open up and your gaze opens up towards the right. Trying to keep your right shoulder down on the mat as you twist your spine, wringing out those internal organs. 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, come back through center. Give your knees a little squeeze, a nice little hug, bringing your shoulder blades up off the mat. Then lifting your legs back up to your hip inversion here, right? Your feet up in the sky. And then bring your legs down towards the right for supine twist on the other side. So your legs are down to the right. Your gaze and left arm are opened up to the left. And breathe. Letting it go. Wringing it out. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come back in towards center. Fold everything in. Knees in tight towards your chest. Shoulder blades up. A hug like you mean it. Squeeze it all in. And then exhale, stretch it all out. Let your legs out long, pointing your toes. Arms up over your head. Stretch, 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 stretch. And rest. Find Shavasana. Let your feet fall open. Let your arms come down by your sides, palms facing up. Let go of your Ujjayi breath. Let go of tension. And rest. When we lead with love, we give strength and care to ourselves and others in a way that can transform any situation. It is only the walls of fear, pain, and insecurity that trap us into believing love cannot conquer all. When we work to let down those walls and connect to the DNA of our basic goodness, we are free to lead with love. Those who lead with love live with fairness, empathy, and patience, doing so without conditions, judgment, or discrimination. When we employ those qualities, we are able to navigate even life's most difficult challenges. Lead with love, and you will never regret it. Begin to bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingertips and toes, your wrists and ankles. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes heavier closed, come back to a seated position. Inhale, arms up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your third eye. Inhale, peace. Exhale, peace. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, girls.